on the Grand Canal. So I would like to give you some highlights of this museum. This museum is located in the Sanwan Park. From the screen, you could see the Sanwan Park, and we could see some of the rivers. In the past, we do have some boats on the canal. In the past, there may be some erosion from the water, and then the ancient people have a lot of wisdom to change the waterway into 3 bays. By having these 3 bays, it could be served as a dam. So we could see this is a very effective hydraulic facility. And so actually for the Grand Canal Museum, it's located inside of the Sanwan Park. For the museum, you could see there is a big pagoda. And alongside with the pagoda, you also have other sceneries. So you can see there are 3 pagodas all together, and also we have like 3 bays surrounded by the pagoda. Actually, back in the old days, Yangzhou is very prosperous. And there are many boats that has been running on the Grand Canal. And also today, I have a special guest joining me to give us more introduction about the boats on the Grand Canal. Good afternoon, Tian Tian. And actually, many people are expecting to visit this Grand Canal Museum. And this museum has been constructed for over 600 days. And you are the designer of this exhibition hall. Can you tell us more about this Grand Canal Museum? There are some features about the Grand Canal Museum. So for the museum, we could see we have a lot of special plays, and we have very tall ceilings, up to 70 meters. It is quite spacious inside of the museum. And based on this large space, then we are able to create a very unique exhibition. Actually, right now we are standing inside of a boat. We cannot really see what it looks like for the space. For this boat, for the length is about 20 meters, and the width is about 4.2 meters. We are trying to restoring one of the Shafei boat. Now I would like to give you some explanation about this name. When we call Shafei boat, it is because this place was first built in a local space. And called Shaxing, and also this boat is very fast. That's why we call it Shafei boat. And for this kind of boat, it is generally used by the royal families. And for ordinary citizens, if they want to watch opera, watch some shows, they will go to this Shafei boat. It is quite entertaining. So that's why this time we are trying to restore this Shafei boat in this exhibition hall. We do have some general understanding about this boat. And for example, if you have some weddings or something to celebrate, people would like to do it on this Shafei boat. So maybe we could consider it as a pleasure boat or a yacht. Let's look at some of the displays inside of this boat. You can see we have some plate inside of the boat. So this table is one of the exhibits in the boat. And we are trying to represent some of the famous dishes on the plate. And also I can see a chopstick here. If you touch on the chopstick, and then you can see all the dishes have been changed. So that's why you're saying people would like to host the wedding on this Shafi boat. So maybe when we're planning on the designing of this boat, you are trying to include some of the local delicacies inside of the boat. Indeed, actually for the well-known 8 cuisines in China, we all bring all of those cuisines inside of this boat. And also inside this boat, you can see some of the map, the ancient map displayed in this boat. So for example, I picked this one, Suzhou. This is a map for Suzhou. So we are trying to show some of the features of this city. And also we would like to show some of the cultural relics or cultural heritage presented in this map. We just want to show what the city looks like. And also I could see there are a lot of interactive devices here. For example, you just talk about the map. So this is basically a touchscreen painting. And here is Yangzhou. So this describes the river basin of the whole canal. For example, the Beijing-Hangzhou Canal, the Great Canal from Sui and Tang Dynasty. And I believe you'll pay a lot of attention for the interaction of the visitors. So we just talk about the map, talk about the food. And here, if you look outside of the window of the boat, it feels like you could experience the life back in the old days. You could see some vendors, and also you could see the river. It feels like you're actually sitting in the boat. So let's move to the front part of the boat. So I would say this place have the most visitors. It feels like you're just sitting on a moving boat, and you have the 360-degree screen. It feels like you're just inside of a boat, and you can view the sceneries alongside. As we actually use a very large screen to surround the boat. And also you could see the lanterns and the pagodas. And also you could see the patterns of the river. We are using a lot of projection, we are using a lot of digital technology to present all of these scenery. So when the visitors enter inside of the boat, it feels like the boat is running, but it is not. Well, if I look closer, I think all of these animations are quite vivid. So last time when I visited here, I believe I hear some of the accent for people who are living alongside with the Grand Canal. So when we are designing this scenario, we just try to reflect the livelihood for people who are living alongside with the Grand Canal. Especially, we would like to focus on their culture and also focusing on their accent. And it also reflects people's livelihood in different dynasties. And also we are trying to restore the feature of the architecture back in the ancient times. And also I could see different types of boats and ships in the canal. Well, it is all about immersive experience. I think this is quite innovative. It must attract a lot of visitors. So now we want to step out of the boat and then we'd like to see what is outside of the boat. Now we'll go back to the exhibition hall to view more exhibits. Now you could see there are more and more people inside of the exhibition hall, except for the boats. And we also see a lot of models of the boat. So here we could see a lot of models of the boat. So when the visitor enter inside of the exhibition hall, first of all, they will see some of the wooden boat models. And this area also divided into 3 parts. And the first part, will talk about the history and evolution of the changes of the boat. And for example, at the beginning, we just have some warship, and also later we will have some vessels and ships. And the second, we will try to describe different types of the boat. For example, we have some boats that has been serving the royal families. Well, maybe we can just start from one model. So, what is this one? So this is a very large boat that we have been exhibiting here. Maybe from the big screen you could see what it looks like. I would like to give you more introduction about this boat. So for the fishermen, they always consider boats as dragon. Maybe they will refer it as a wooden dragons. They want this dragon to give them luck, give them peace and prosperity. So they try to put the eyes on the boat, just as the eyes of the dragon. by having the eyes of these kind of boats, they just want to pray for harvest and prosperity. And for the cargo ship, for the eyes of the boat is actually aiming at the front part. So from time to time, we are actually doing a lot of interviews in the Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal, and I think safety is very important for the fishermen. That is the most important thing for them, because in different sections of the river, different sections of the canal, the situation is very complicated. The reason why they're trying to put some of the eyes on the boat is just that they really want to have a safe travel when they go out fishing. So with the operation of the Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal, some of the grain can be transported from north to south. And for the grain transportation boat is the most frequently seen boat, and also we do have some cargo ship, and also we have some passengers boat or passengers vessel. But some of these boats, they have multi-functions. They're not just used for transporting passengers. Maybe they could also help to transport some of the cargoes. So if you look at the boat right next to these models, there is a large screen, and we have some explanation of this boat. So on the lower part, you could see different regions, different places. For example, when I click into Jiangsu, and it tried to give you some explanation about the Rugao wooden boat, telling about the specification and also the travel route of the boat. So here we could see different types of models, different types of boats, and it was explained when this boat was built and what is the function of this kind of boat. So as we all talk about for this China Grand Canal Museum, it tried to display the history of the Grand Canal from all river basins, dynasties, and all aspects. And actually in this immersive exhibition hall, we have 78 types of different kind of models of the boat. And today it is the first day for the opening of the Grand Canal Museum, but it is all packed. And this morning it is the opening ceremony. And tomorrow, of course, you could come here. And if you want to pay a visit here, make sure you make an appointment online. So we are looking forward for all of you to pay a personal visit to the Grand Canal Museum. So also, in the Grand Canal Museum, we also found some special features. So you could see different kinds of exhibits here. But of course, if you pay a personal visit here and then, you could get to know more about the Grand Canal Museum. That comes to the end of your live streaming of today, but make sure that you pay a personal visit to the Grand Canal Museum to learn more about the history of the museum, to learn how the Grand Canal brings prosperity to people who are living alongside.